Hey everyone, welcome back to Discover and Learn. Why speaking in English is very important, or why practicing English speaking is very important. We all want to be fluent and confident in English. How do we get that fluency? How do we get that confidence is a big question, right? We start researching about different things, how we can get fluent and confident in English, but we forget the basic thing that we have to practice, right? That is the only thing we have to do at the moment to become fluent and confident in English. How do we do that? We have to take up topics and start speaking on it. We can take up any topic, we can take up any conversation, we can take up any experience, anything which has happened to us, which we have witnessed, which we have seen, and we know about it, and we should start speaking on it. If we have heard a conversation between two people, if we heard some conversation at our home also, somebody speaking, or our parents are speaking to us, or we are having a conversation, we can take that conversation also and we can start speaking in English on our own. So the more you practice things in English, the more you speak in English, the better you get at it. And that is what my motive is, to help you speak English fluently and confidently. And that is why I choose topics or conversations on which I speak in my videos, so that you can listen to my video twice or thrice, understand what I'm trying to say, how I'm saying, what is my sentence structure, how I'm framing sentences, right? And you can also start speaking on your own in this way. So you can either speak on my idea, you can speak on your own ideas, you can club both the ideas and speak, or you can practice repeating after me or shadowing with me. So you can do n number of things with this. Okay, so today I'm going to speak on this interesting topic, which is my childhood, or what was special about my childhood. This is a very simple topic. Everybody has been through their childhood, right? We all have memories, good, bad, pleasant, unpleasant, happy, sad. A lot of memories are there. So we can speak on it. So today I've chosen this topic, which is very simple, and I'm going to speak on this topic. I'm going to share my experience in this. You can either listen to me and then speak on the same lines, or you can add your own experience, or you can start speaking about your own experience in your own words. Okay, so it's very simple. On that note, welcome back to my channel. I am your communications coach and a soft skill trainer by profession, and I'm here to help you out with all your communications problems and to help you speak English fluently and confidently. And if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, guys, if you want to speak fluent English, quickly subscribe my channel, like and share my videos. Do write your comments in the comment section, and do not forget to press the notification icon so that you get all my videos on time, free of cost, and access to all the amazing content on this channel. What you have to do is stay tuned, stay connected, and watch my entire video to master this skill. And guys, I come up with different topics every single day to help you speak. Okay, so if you follow my videos, you will get n number of topics. You don't have to think about anything. You just have to watch my video and start speaking. So that is why subscribe to my channel and listen to my videos. Let's get started now with today's topic. So today I'm going to talk about my childhood, and I'm going to compare it with today's world and how it was different. I can see that clear difference between my childhood and today's, kids who are growing up in this era. So the first thing was, I was brought up in a joint family, which is very rare to find nowadays. My child is also growing in an individual family. Me and my husband and my child is there. Okay, and we get time to visit our hometown. People visit us also, but that is once a year or twice a year, right? Not more than that. But my childhood, I was fortunate to be born and brought up in a joint family. It was a big family. And apart from that, it was not only a joint family, I had a lot of relatives which resides in the same mohalla. So there was a lot of people. So I got to know my first cousin, second cousin, third cousin, in fact, fourth cousins also. So it was our paternal place, and all the families from my paternal side used to stay there. So we were brought up in a big family, and I got to know all my cousins, like first cousin, second cousin, third cousin, in fact, fourth cousins also. And that place was such, if somebody stays outside also, once in a year, they come and visit that place. So once they come and visit that place, at that time, everybody gets to know who he or she is. So that was the best part of living in that mohalla or in that society and being brought up in a joint family. So we used to get to know everybody, like whoever is there in our family, at least paternal side. But nowadays it's very difficult to, visit our first cousins also. Forget about second cousin, third cousin and fourth cousins. So nowadays the family is very limited. The kids only know their parents and their immediate relatives, like from my side and my husband's side, and not more than that. And that also they don't visit frequently because everybody is busy, right? Everybody has a job, everybody has a business to do, and everybody is at different locations. So it gets very difficult to meet every now and then. So that is why we are very limited to our family. We don't know much about others, right? Our cousins or second cousins or third cousins and extended family basically. So that was an advantage. So the environment I grew up in was a big advantage for me. And the biggest advantage is you get to know everybody and you get to interact with everyone, right? Their relatives, friends, family. When you start meeting people every now and then, you know how to interact with them, how to adjust to situations, how to speak to people, how to have conversations, how to do friendship with people, how to manage your fights also. As children, we used to fight also a lot because there were a lot of children there and we used to play together. So we used to have a lot of fights also. But then we know how to manage it. That is the advantage of staying in a joint family or a big family, right? Nowadays, kids stay in individual families. They don't have anybody to play with. They just go out and play with their friends or in school and, they fight there. But they don't know how to get out of it. It takes a lot of time for them to adjust to situations, right? They want to do things on their own. They don't want to compromise. So that is a big disadvantage nowadays. They learn, of course, but it takes a little time to happen. Okay, but we as kids, we used to adjust to situations more easily and effortlessly. Okay, so this is another advantage of my childhood. So this is another thing which I like about my childhood. Apart from this, of course, whenever there were festivals, we used to collect together and celebrate that. And that is why I got to know or learn about a lot of festivals also. I got to know why this festival is celebrated, what is the advantage of this, what do we do in this. So a lot of things. So when a lot of people are there and they all celebrate the same festival, we get to know a lot about our culture and the festivities also. What we eat, what we drink, what we do, why it is celebrated, how do we celebrate it, what do we do. So a lot of things we get to know. But now if you are staying in an individual family, it doesn't look like a festival, right? There's a festival, you do some basic things and then you stay at home and you celebrate on your own, right? There's nobody else who is there. Some friends will come and visit you or you go and visit some friends and that's it, right? When you have relatives and family around and everybody is celebrating that festival, it is a very different spirit. You get motivated, you get very excited, wearing new dress and eating good food and going out and playing or burning crackers or anything else, whatever you do on your festivals. Okay, so it is a different environment completely. So that is another thing which we really enjoyed during our childhood, celebrating festivals together. Okay, apart from that, of course, when there was summer vacations, when we had vacations, of course, everybody was there. A lot of kids were there in our family and we used to play a lot. We used to enjoy a lot. So we never used to get bored. Nowadays, kids, when they have holidays, the parents start taking tension. How do we engage our kids, right? Otherwise, they go to school. So the parents are quite relieved. Okay, they are in school and, they are also learning something there. But when there's a holiday for 2 months or 1.5 or 2 months, it gets very difficult for the parents also to get the kids to work. The kids also don't want to do anything and they just want to waste their time watching TV and gadgets and all. So it gets little difficult for parents to divert their minds and get them into some activities which are constructive. Okay, so that is another thing. So we never used to get bored. We used to play a lot. We used to study also. We used to do our homeworks also. So the life was very different at that time. We used to enjoy a lot during our vacations. And the vacation time was also when our cousins used to visit us. Okay, so like my aunts, they used to stay outside. My aunts used to stay abroad. Some used to stay in different cities. So they used to come and visit us for a week or 10 days, So we used to get to meet our cousins also very frequently. So that is also, we used to go out also. They used to come to us. So we used to interact and we used to meet each other. And that is why we have a special bonding with each other. That is a very important thing. We share a bond with each other. But nowadays kids don't share a bond because they don't usually see them. They talk to people over phone and they're not much interested in talking over phone, and they don't get to meet very frequently, once in a year or probably twice in a year for a week or so. So there's no bonding as such. But when we used to be there, we used to meet very frequently and we used to share a bond. Till now we are very much connected. Okay, so that is another advantage of my childhood. That is another advantage of my childhood, which nowadays kids don't have, right? So discussing about the advantages, there's some disadvantages also. The first disadvantage was there was a lot of comparison. Yes, there were a lot of kids there and everybody was in different classes. So, we used to get a lot of scoldings from our parents that person is doing so good. See, you're not doing good. Why can't you also study like him or her? So there was a lot of comparison between the results and the kind of, marks we used to get. So we used to get a lot of scoldings from our parents also. Why you are so weak in this subject? See, that person is so good. He studies a lot. Why don't you study? Why can't you do it? So we used to get all these things. So we used to get to hear these things very frequently, which I just hated. I never liked this comparison. I don't want to do any comparison till date. I have just thought that I'll never say these kind of words to my kid, at least. I am very sure about it. So I hated comparisons, and that used to happen to us every now and then. If somebody is good at something, if somebody got a trophy or somebody got a certificate, so you ask, why can't we also do it? So that thing I really hated. And that happens when there are a lot of kids around. You will get compared. People will compare you. If your parents will not, others will start comparing you to, people. So that is a very human nature, but I just hate this. So that was one disadvantage which I feel about my childhood. Apart from that, yes, when you stay in a joint family, your relatives and family, your cousins, you know how to adjust to situations. You know how to deal with situation. You know how to come out of a situation. You know how to handle any situation. That is the biggest advantage. Okay, which I feel, and I want to talk about this. See, nowadays it gets very difficult for people to come out of a situation, to handle any situation, right? Because they have never been exposed to such situations ever. But when you stay with a lot of people together 24/7, there will be a lot of fights, there will be a lot of comparisons, there will be a lot of struggles, a lot of things will be there every single day. But you can't start crying or you can't start giving up, because you have to stay, right? You have to stay there. And that is how you get to learn how to revive, how to come out of the situation, how to compromise, how to adjust, right? So this is the biggest advantage of staying with a lot of people or staying with your relatives or cousins or family members. You get to adjust to everybody's wish. Okay, and that is a big advantage. Nowadays, when you go to companies and you're working in a team or you're working with someone, you should know how to adjust, how to understand, how to develop a bonding, a rapport. Okay, which is a big advantage, right? And if you have never been in that situation ever, you have never done all these things, it will get very difficult for you to adjust with your teammates, with your team, and work accordingly. So there it will be very difficult for you. So that is why developing an understanding, a bonding, or adjusting to situations, or coming out of a situation, or reviving yourself, relearning, engaging yourself is very much essential nowadays, right? So you should know how to do it, how to adjust, how to deal with or handle a situation. That is very much important. And that is what you learn when you are staying with your family. Okay, so I feel I got a lot of exposure in these areas: interaction, adjustments, coming out of a situation, handling a situation, dealing with things, So I got to learn a lot of these skills. It is a skill. Of course, it is a skill. So these are also soft skills. How you manage your emotional intelligence, how you manage leadership, how you manage a situation, a negative situation, how you negotiate with people, how you motivate people, how you intervene in any situation. There are lots of things which requires a skill, and these skills you learn when you start interacting with people, you start spending time with people around you. Okay, so that is why it is very much essential to start getting involved with people and start picking up these skills. Okay, so this was about my childhood, and I'm sure you must also have some memories, some advantages, disadvantages of your childhood, which you can talk about. So start speaking about it, and also let me know if you like such sessions so that I can also come up with different topics every day to speak on for you. So guys, that's it for today. I'll see you in my next session. Until then, keep learning, keep speaking, keep watching, and keep exploring. See you. Bye-bye and take care.